All right, we are back. We've got Adam in front of us here, and Adam's 2003 Dodge Viper with an nth moto twin turbo kit. I am gonna let Adam take the reins and give us a kind of a walkthrough and tour of his car, what he's done, the basics, the more in detail, and kind of go from there.
Sure. Yeah, so this car was basically built by Nth Moto. It's got a built motor, two Precision 7675 Gen 2s. It's on a Motec M130. This was all put together at Nth Moto over the last like 5 years or so. Let's see. They did the valve train. There's a cam of their specs. It has like a main bearing girdle on the bottom of the block. It's set up for big power. It made 1200 wheel on DB's dyno. I'm sure capable of more, but I drive this car everywhere. As you can probably tell from it having 83,000 miles on it now. There's about 10,000 miles on the build. Let's see.
How long have you owned it?
So I've owned the car. I bought it bone stock from AJ from AJ's Garage in 2013. So I've owned the car 12 and a half years now.
Okay.
And yeah, since then, I bought an Underground Racing Stage 3 turbo kit from Matt McCarron of the Viper Owners Association. That came off of Felipe's car, which is an moto car that some people know. That is actually, those are the hard pipes on this car. So the kit was originally Felipe's, now it's on here. And then, like I said, Nth Moto basically did everything. They did the fuel system as well. It's all four innovations: billet, basket, and fuel pump controller and everything. 3 Walbro 450s. Motec controls all 3. Yeah.
So let's kind of walk through the engine bay, how everything's set up, like maintenance-wise, I guess. Like, yeah,
Sure.
on the Motec.
Yeah, Motec's up there. All the wiring obviously done by Nth Moto as well. We initially had some problems cooking plug wires, so these are like Nth Moto's highest temp plug wire. That's all sorted. The car in general is pretty well sorted. It's still a cable throttle, as you can see. Running Davis Unified Ignition coils.
How about tunes, like putting any fuel into it? How does that stuff work?
Yeah, Nth Moto did their flex fuel setup, so it's got 91 in the tank right now, but you could put E85 in it. It was tuned on any mixture of 91 to E85, all the way up to 1 ethanol S is what Nth Moto tuned the car on. And that's what it made the 1200 wheel.
What's kind of the estimated power on like pump gas, estimated power on just regular 85?
So since I wanted to take this car into Vegas and drive it hard in the mountains and everything, when we couldn't find ethanol, I wanted a tune that's very, very safe, and I didn't care about the power it made when it's on 91, since it's on ethanol 90% of its life. So it made 864 at 8 pounds of boost. It'll just target gate boost on 91 octane. Keep everything safe. I don't even think it does any timing advance or anything. It's just set up to be maximally safe in any condition.
Okay, makes sense. How about suspension setup, stuff like that? What have you done for that? Upgrades?
Yeah. I recently, last fall, I put in BC Racing BR series coilovers. I also did all 16 control arm bushings. I replaced them with poly. In general, like all the maintenance items are taken care of. I did tie rods and toe links and sway bar end links, and the car's got miles on it, so a lot of these were eventually need a replacement.
Any other major, I guess, maintenance like brake pads, brake rotors, fluids? What's kind of the status updates on that?
Yeah, I'm running Hawk HBS 5.0 pads. The pads on a Viper seem to last forever for some reason. They're doing great. Stop Tech rotors, but otherwise pretty close to stock for brakes. The brakes are excellent in this car. I have done some track days. Now the car is a little too aggressive. It makes too much power for track days for me, and I'm scared. So, but I did some back when it was stock, and yeah, it went great.
Okay. Let's kind of go over to the exterior. We didn't even talk about the wrap.
Oh yeah. This is Epic Wraps did this wrap. It was done professionally. They did an incredible job on it. This is Inozatech did a collab with Antisocial Social Club. This is their Spectrum. Apparently they only made 300 rolls of it. This is roll 140 something. Yeah, color shifting wrap, gets a lot of looks. A lot of people think it's paint.
How's the paint condition underneath?
It's pretty good. There are a couple, just from the miles on it, a couple really small rock chips, but I'd say in general the paint is a solid 8 out of 10 underneath.
Okay.
And it's red.
Okay.
Like
Let's
all the other Gen 3s.
kind of move over to the interior. Anything notable in the interior? Modifications over here?
Yeah. There's a fuel pressure gauge and a boost pressure gauge that are in the center vents. I'm running a newer head unit. The stock Dodge Neon head unit was, left something to be desired. The head unit that's in there now is a top display. I've been raving about it on the Viper Owners group.
Is it Android Auto?
Yeah, it does
Apple
CarPlay and Android Auto.
Okay.
And sounds better than factory and better than the Alpine I had in it too. I really like it.
And then backup camera, of course.
Yep. Yeah, and otherwise, pretty just normal. Oh, the driver's seat has lowering a bracket. I'm very tall. So that could be swapped back if you have a stock seat bracket.
Okay. Cool.
It's nice if you're over 6 feet, especially if you want to wear a helmet.
Okay. Exhaust?
Yeah, dual 3.5-inch exhaust. I think the mufflers are made by Magnaflow. It was part of the Underground Racing Stage 3 kit that I bought.
Gotcha. Okay.
Sounds good. It's not too loud. With any Viper, there's going to be some noise in the cabin regardless, But that quiets it down as good as it can. The turbos help too.
And then AC, you've got AC, everything pretty much in full operation.
Yes, yeah. AC is very, very necessary in this car. All the Vipers get fairly hot, so yep, AC works, heat works, everything works as you'd expect. I built this car basically to be a faster daily driver, so I wanted it to be as comfortable as possible.
Okay. Serviceability, like if somebody got this for maintenance, how do you do maintenance on this pretty much? I guess?
This car is not that maintenance heavy. Probably the biggest changes since boosting the car is I replace the spark plugs every 3,000 miles. And they're very cheap plugs and it's very easy to do, so it's not a big, it's easier to do an oil change, so I just do that. It has a rear mount catch can that Nth Moto has plumbed a little drain. You probably won't be able to see it in the video, but when you have the tires off, it's really easy to empty the catch can in the back. So I do that every oil change as well. Oil changes every 3,000 with Valvoline VR1 2050. That's what Aaron recommended to run. But yeah, in general, maintenance is good. I mean, nothing hard. As far as something that might be even considered an entry-level supercar, it's very simple.
Okay. And then remind me, this trans is the stock Viper trans, or did you swap the trans?
Yeah, I forgot about that. This is a close ratio TR6060 trans out of a Gen 5 ACR. So it has the long first gear. I'm running a Gen 4 diff, which is still the 307 final drive. So first gear is really long. It goes like 80.
Oh my god.
And then with the close ratio trans, 5th and 6th are actually moved shorter. So 4th is still 1-to-1, but then you can actually use 6th on the highway, which, I don't know, stock Gen 3 Vipers are kind of hilarious. You can't even shift it to 6th until you're going like 100. So yeah, that's much nicer than the T56 that came in. It shifts great.
And then the clutch, what kind of clutch is in it?
Yes, it is a spec ceramic twin disc. There's a little bit of chatter, but in general, it's pretty easy to drive. My girlfriend's driven it, and she has no problems. You've driven it.
Yeah, I've driven it. Yeah, I have no issues.
Not too bad.
Okay. Any final thoughts?
Ford Star F14s. The car will have new tires on it before it's sold, and I guess that's about it. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun over the last 13 years.
Okay.
But,
what are you kind of doing next? What's kind of prompting the sale?
I don't even want to say because everyone will make fun of me, but I really want to build a Honda.
And a new daily driver that's super fast.
Yeah, and the Plaid's fun too.
Fair enough. Top, how do you kind of operate the top? What's the condition of that look like?
Manual top. We'll go through that real quick. Got the key, you gotta pop the trunk. Lever here. And it just clicks into place.
Sweet.
Not too bad.
Makes sense. Cool. Well, we'll leave it here. If you have any questions, let us know. Thank you.